What's up everyone, Ezekiel Nigma here, back with another Nigmatic update. Alright, first of all, let's address an elephant in the room. If any of you saw on my Twitter a while ago, you would have known that my old laptop was completely destroyed. So, y'all are probably wondering how the hell I've recorded and uploaded this video. Long story short, Best Buy luckily was able to refund me in-store credit for the wrecked laptop, thanks to a warranty, which had allowed me to get a better one for like $200 thanks to said in-store credit. So yeah, I guess you could say that I'm officially back in action. Which leads me to the next item on the agenda. What's going on with Ezekiel Nigma right now? Well, a number of things, which I'll go over in order. There's Axial Disc 1, a game for which I'm part of the composer team for. Obviously released a few months ago, as well as its soundtrack not too long ago either. In case any of you weren't aware for whatever reason. Insert shameless plug of both of them here. Other than that, I'm composing music for more games that I cannot talk too much about yet due to a little thing called an NDA. That's non-disclosure agreement for those of you unfamiliar with the acronym. I've also recently joined something called the International Metal Project, or IMP Project for short. A collaborative quote-unquote supergroup, if you will, comprised of metal musicians who are members of the Vtuber Fudakuchi Mana's Discord server, making music together. By the way, do me a favor and check her out because she's a really cool metal-themed VTuber who does music herself. Anyways, while we're on the topic of VTubers, I've also recently been brought on to help compose the soundtrack for another VTuber named Reiko Ayanami, also known as Reikomania, who has an anime project in the making called War of the Yokai. I don't have too many details on it at the moment, nor can I really say too much at this time. Moving on. So, what about Ezekiel Nigma related projects? Such as your upcoming Manifesto album, you might ask. Well, I'm glad that you asked, assuming that you did, because that is still currently in the making at this time. I'm slating to bring that out in the summer of 2023 as my ballpark. So that will still be a couple of years away from now. Speaking of Ezekiel Nigma albums, as you may have guessed by now from the Lavender Town recover that I just put out, I'm going to be releasing something called Recovers 2019 to 2020. Yeah, very creative title, I know. But yeah, that'll be a compilation of re-recorded versions of the covers that I did during that period. That one will be slated for this coming January or so, depending on how quickly I can put together all those recordings. The only other project that I'll have going on at some point is my own strategy RPG game, which I've already teased a bit with some of the originals that I've released lately. So yeah, you can expect to hear those in said game soundtrack at some point in the future. I'm not sure when I'll be starting development on this game, let alone when that'll be coming out, so I'll be keeping a large majority of said game's details under wraps from the public. For now. Now, on to the status of Grimleal. So, if you were to look up Grimleal on the Metal Archives right now, as of the time when this video was uploaded, you will see that the band status has been listed as on hold. This is subject to change really soon because I plan to release an EP in the new year of some demos. Chances are, if you had listened to that posthumous compilation that I put out a while ago, you will have heard those demo tracks already. However, the demo tracks on this upcoming Grimleal EP will have vocals on them, unlike the ones on Posthumous. Oh yeah, real quick before I continue, Posthumous is going to be shelved real soon, since all the music on there is going to be released again later on in some form anyways. Because clearly, my career as a musician is nowhere near over, thankfully. Anyways, tangent over, back to Grimleal. Where was I? Oh, right. Recording sessions for the upcoming Spellbound by Fate album will be resuming in the new year. There'll be no set in-store release at this time, and I'll just simply bring it out whenever it ends up being finished, I guess. In the end, I'll be announcing the release date for the album later on whenever it's ready. And other than that, there's a strong possibility that Grimleal will be coming to the live stage really soon. At least on a local level right now. So if you happen to reside in the Waterloo region, or even the surrounding area within Ontario in general, stay tuned and rejoice, because you might be seeing Grimleal's name show up in venues and events in the very near future. Especially since COVID restrictions are beginning to lift here in Ontario. I'm currently in the midst of securing a full band lineup at the moment, which is very close to being complete, might I add. Rest assured, once Grimleal's lineup has been completed, we'll be playing live shortly after. And obviously, Grimleal's new official lineup will be announced publicly once we have all our ducks in a row. So yeah, look forward to that. All in all, the coming year is looking very promising for me, and in no small part thanks to the support of my slowly but surely growing number of subscribers here on YouTube. The fans, followers, and friends that I'm starting to gain both online and IRL. The collaborators that I've started working with, and have been working with for a while now. The many new friends and fellow musicians within my area's local music scene that I've been meeting lately thanks to my career. Obviously the band members of Grimleal that have recently joined. Everything is all starting to come together thanks to all of you, which is why I want to take a moment to say thank you, all of you. It really means a lot to me, both as an artist and as a person. Like, I really can't thank you all enough. I appreciate all of this respect and support that I've been getting lately, and I always will. The future looks very bright for me in what may very well be the first time in my life. And, I have this career as a musician that I'm pursuing, and you all to thank for that. Well, with that said, that's all for this edition of Nigmatic Update. So, see you all in the next one. Ezekiel Nigma, out! Hey everyone, Ezekiel Nigma here again. Quick announcement that I want to give before I end off the video. Okay, so after I had recorded the audio and started editing this Enigmatic update, I got a call from Best Buy telling me that the data recovery for my hard drive was successful for the most part, which is really good news. This means that a lot of my important stuff, especially music project files, will soon be back in my hands. I'll be able to resume the recording sessions for Grimleal's Spellbound by Fate album right where I left off, before the initial hard drive failure that happened a few months back. There's just one obstacle that's getting in the way of this. Money. Normally, I hate doing this. I don't like asking for money from y'all, other than my Patreon and Bandcamp. And while it would be really awesome if every subscriber could pledge at least $1 to my Patreon, or buy my shit off of both mine and Grimleal's Bandcamps, it's still optional and not all that crucial in the end. But this is crucial. If I am to get all of my data back, I'm gonna have to pay for the data recovery service, which is $2,000. Canadian, obviously. I really don't have that kind of money, and obviously I cannot do this alone. So this is where you all come in. I've already set up a GoFundMe page to help pay for the data recovery, and all I need is a donation from you guys. In doing so, you will not only be funding Grimleal's upcoming Spellbound by Fate album, but also my Manifesto album down the line too. After all, once you get all my data back, I'll be able to finish recording Spellbound by Fate much faster because I won't have to redo everything from scratch. And let me tell you, that's going to be a long-ass process. So, with that said, please donate to the GoFundMe page to help me out with this. All donors will also receive a discount code that gives you 75% off of anything on both mine and Grimleal's Bandcamp. So yeah, the link will be in the description and in the pinned comment
you know, where you can just check it out for yourself and get more details and stuff. So yeah, be sure to donate to the GoFundMe because it will help me out a ton. Thanks again in advance. Ezekiel Nigma, out.